Welcome back, everyone. It's Stray Faye here with another episode of Cupid Parasite. Continuing on with Ryuki's route, I'd say about maybe like halfway in. There's actually a lot of chapters left to go. But in the last episode, we got kind of cozy with Ryuki. Although, maybe not in a romantic sense, more like he was scared, so we kind of snuggled up with him under the candlelight. Unexpected fear of lightning. Thank you, Chi, for summoning a thunderstorm. And yeah, we got to see more of his vulnerable side. And now looks like we're going back to the past with Ryuki's relatives. They were not too keen on him designing women's clothes. It wasn't manly enough. Let's see how this went down. Oh, look at that! Ryuki's drawing yet another dress. Why is he still designing for women? His mother was always an odd one, so maybe he doesn't realize he's a kesain. Have you heard him talk about the colors he sees when he looks at people? What a creepy kid. Don't listen to them, they're just jealous. Why hasn't Nori disowned her daughter yet? She's not even a designer. She just goes around doing whatever she wants. It's always like she has her own life and can live it how she likes. Yeah, I heard he had a huge fallout when she decided to get married to that foreign model. She's a disgrace to the Kesain name. What nice family. She didn't bother coming home today either, so who knows where she might be. She's just spitting all over the name, frankly. Well, bounce back to present day. Oh, or are we still? Wait, are we still there, or did we like go home? Just a bad dream, but it was about something that really happened at a family gathering when I was a kid. Why did that come back to me all of a sudden? My grandmother hadn't started mentoring me yet. Which might be why my other relatives were so strict with me. My mother chose to become a violinist instead of pursuing a career in design. I mean, that's her prerogative. She can be wherever she wants. Still, being a violinist, that's a lot of work. But despite that, my grandmother trusts her sense of style more than anyone else. The family members that my grandmother didn't choose, the ones jealous of my mother's talent, they're the ones that turned on us. I didn't realize it at the time, but my mother's marriage to my father was a big reason people had so much to say about me. You're like a half and half. My father was a fashion model from Los York. But the Kesain family is old and highly respected, so everyone expected her to marry into a prominent Japanese family. So when my mother chose my father, the rest of the family decided to basically disown her. But my father kept bringing my sister and I to family gatherings. Guess he was trying to mediate between my mother and my grandmother. For New Year's and Obon celebrations, it was my father who made an effort to get in touch with my grandmother. Eventually, I moved into my grandmother's estate so that I could study day and night and become a proper designer. That was so long ago. I'd nearly forgotten all about that. Seeing that dress design yesterday for the first time in years is probably what caused me to dream about it. I sighed, sat up, and then froze. Because DA5360 was asleep right next to me. Wait. Is that Lynette? I gotta Google it. I think at first impression, she was like a pink color, right? Yeah, that's like a pink camellia. He just didn't even recognize people as people. He just recognizes people as color. What the? I wonder what she was doing here, but I saw the pile of extinguished candles and it all came back to me. Oh, that's right. Yesterday that wedding dress design, where my entire family rejected it, she accepted it completely. She said how cute she thought it was and that she'd even like to wear it herself. Just then, she slowly opened her eyes. She rubbed her sleepy eyes and then looked up at me and smiled. Good morning, Ryuki. Uh-oh. You're watching your sleep. Once I was awake, I noticed that the rain had stopped. Alright, back to Lynette's perspective. Soft morning light streamed in through the window. Oh good, the sun is out today. When I looked over, I saw Ryuki frozen in place. He looked at me like he was wondering what I was doing here. Good morning, Ryuki. He slipped out from under the blanket and took a quick step away from me. Wait, were we like snuggling under the blanket the whole time? Oh no, that could be kind of embarrassing. You're not even an item yet. I'm sorry you had to sleep here last night. Don't worry about it. It was fun. But a good night's sleep is the foundation of lasting beauty. Kagura, ruff! Do we forget about her through the whole storm? Was she inside? Wah! Kagura suddenly appeared between me and Ryuki. She was straddling her back. Gee, you having fun out there? Are you fighting Kagura the whole time? Gee! Gee, I wonder where you'd gotten off to. Oh. Still looking tired, Chi climbed onto my shoulder. His entire body was dripping wet. Oh no! Was he outside the whole time? Poor thing. Was he out flying around in the rain? Oh, I wonder if the power is back on. I checked my phone and saw that the blackout was fixed sometime before midnight. Looked like the subways was working again. What did you think of that rain last night, Kagura? Bark, bark. Grrr. Kagura was looking directly at Chi. It seemed like she was trying to say something. What's wrong, Kagura? It's gonna look like she's barking at Lynette. She's on his head. Grrr. Woof, woof. Maybe she's hungry? Oh right, Chi did eat her food. Oh, that's right! Did Chi eat all of her food? Ryuki gave Kagura a quick pet and then stood up and stretched. 7 o'clock already. Do you have to head to work? Oh, not yet. I'm working the late shift, so I don't need to go in until this afternoon. Well, that's convenient. Just hang out for a bit, have some breakfast. I see. That'll make you some breakfast. You can use this if you want. Yuki handed me a bottle of lotion and moisturizer from the shelf next to him. Oh, thank you. With the power go I got last night, that means the humidifiers weren't working either. Oh no, yeah. I mean, maybe the rain made it a little bit more moist inside. Looking oddly embarrassed, Ryuki walked into the kitchen. What was that expression? Before I would have expected him to look at me with disdain and then spray me with his facial mist without even asking. But this was completely different. His face was soft, even gentle. Ryuki was definitely changing, little by little. As I thought about that, I gave Chi a pat. He looked ready to go back to sleep. I ate breakfast and prepared to get going. I still had time before I had to go to the office, so I decided to head home and make myself presentable. Probably need to change of clothes. Well, I better get going. Thanks for breakfast. Oh, right. After his non-committal reply, Ryuki just stared at me. Seemed like he had more he wanted to say. What's the matter? Nothing. Feel free to come by my place anytime. I'm sure Kagura would be happy to see you again. Woof! Bark! These dog noises are always a little awkward for me. Kagura wagged her tail as she looked back and forth between me and Ryuki. Well then, I'll be sure to stop by again. Thank you, Ryuki. See you soon, Kagura. Yeah, see you later. After giving Kagura one last scratch, I waved to Ryuki and left the house. I was in a great mood. Ryuki had always been so cold towards me, but at last it seemed like he didn't hate me anymore. Yay, progress. Oh. I'm back in his perspective. Is this his backyard? His backyard looks like identical to the one in his childhood. Did he just like recreate it after she was gone? I took Kagura out into the garden and stared up at the sky. Hey Kagura, I've been feeling kind of weird since yesterday. Woof! I've never been upset when someone left my house before. Usually I didn't want them in there in the first place. Most people are just one big annoyance. I've always been more comfortable on my own. Oh, that doesn't include you, Kagura. In fact, you're the only one that really understands me. But for some reason, I felt like I didn't want her to leave. I don't know why that is. was that Kern? Ruby Roo? And when we had dinner yesterday, I never thought I would enjoy eating with someone else like that. The food even tasted better. But flavor is absolute, right? How could it change? That's so weird. Although when I was a kid, there was a huge difference between eating alone and eating with my grandmother. When I first moved in with her, we had dinner together. The rest of my family wasn't around. It was just me and my grandmother. She was so strict when it came to table manners. We weren't even allowed to talk while she was eating. Or we were eating. Even though the food had just been prepared, it seemed cold. Made me miss the meals I had with my parents. Still, I was much more interested in what she could teach me than what my meals were like. After all, clothing is where my true passion was. Back then, nothing made me happier than getting to learn about fashion and design, and yet... Why am I having so much fun lately? I feel like it has nothing to do with the clothes in this case. But still, I can't afford to get distracted now. I need to earn my grandmother's praise. Grr? Hey Kagura, how do you think grandmother is doing these days? Woof! I haven't been able to bring myself to get in touch with her lately. I'm worried she'll refuse to talk to me. Sometimes when I'm feeling really alone, I think about reaching out to her, but up until now, I've resisted that urge. What if it turns out that she's already given up on me? Guess you don't know unless you ask her. What if she's already decided I'll never be worthy of taking over for her, and she started training another successor? I'm a Kisain, and it's my duty to become the designer that my grandmother wanted me to be. I need to produce real results soon. I want to reassure my grandmother, to make her smile and praise me again. Well, back to Lynette's perspective. On the way back from Ryuki's house, I was on the subway and got off at on the 2nd Avenue exit. I was about to head home so I could get ready and go to work. Oh, Mars! Cupid! Dad? Gee! Standing there right in front of me was my dad. She was so startled that he ran and hid behind me. Mars, the god of war, stood out like a sore thumb on the streets of Los York. Why did you make that sound? Ugh! Because you're here to take me home, aren't you? Even as I talked, I carefully kept my distance so I could make a run for it at a moment's notice. Can you like put on a disguise or something? You're just walking around drinking toga. No, I mean, I would love for you to come home, but that's not why I'm here. No? Ah, well, listen, Cupid. Do you know where Venus is? Venus? You mean Mom? What are you talking about? His shoulders slumped with disappointment. He looked like he was about ready to cry. Couldn't bring myself to just walk away, so I took a step towards him and waited for him to tell me what was going on. Wait, what? Your mother found out I was trying to interfere with you. She got really mad and she ran away. Like Venus, like Aphrodite, like that one. Mom ran away? That's why Dad had come down to the human realm. He was trying to work behind the scenes to make me give up and come back to Celestia. Well, then Mom found out and became absolutely furious with him. Well, good job, Mom. I always thought it was impossible for a god to leave without permission. Maybe she asked Minerva for her door in her room. Mom brought up Dad's one weakness, the Trojan War. She reminded him how she had completely outwitted him. She asked him why he couldn't just let me do what I want. She said he could just be honest and support my efforts. But Dad was stubborn, as always, so before he could work up the nerve to say he was wrong, Mom just up and disappeared from Celestia. So basically, they had an argument over their daughter's education, and then in the end, Mom ran away from home, just like me. It's a weird family life. It wasn't until I discovered she was gone, and I found this note, that I realized what a huge mistake I'd made. He showed me the note which said, "You have no idea what you're talking about. You should be ashamed of yourself, Great Lord Mars." That's so, Mom. I can't live without your mother, if she leaves me for good. Ugh. So if you have any clue where she might be, please tell me. I'm really sorry, but I honestly haven't seen her since I left. Really? On his knees, Dad nodded sadly and then began to sob miserably. We're in public, dude. Oh, Venus, my beloved goddess of love and beauty. Where have you run off to? You're all I have. I've already scoured the 7 hills of Rome, and even searched the ruins of your temple, but you're nowhere to be found. So I thought maybe you decided to pay a visit to your daughter, but you're not here either, are you, my Venus? Hey, Dad, come on! Everyone's staring at you! Venus! Please come back to me! I was wrong! I admit it! I'll let Cupid do whatever she wants! My darling Cupid, you have to help me find her! Are you ready to admit that you and the other gods are wrong? That humans can get by without guidance from us? Yes, I admit it. I'll admit whatever you want. As long as you help me find her and convince her to come home. Wow, Dad is really on a roll. He was always so stubborn and always argued with me about everything. But as soon as Mom gets mad at him, this is what happens. Forget it. You'll just go back to your old ways as soon as you get Mom back. You can't fool me. No, that's not true. This time, for once, I really am sorry. I think the reason I was so stubborn was because you were doing so well. I felt like our old ways were being left behind. As a god, I couldn't accept your behavior, but the times are changing. Your way of doing things might not be so bad. Dad, I had no idea that's how you felt. So wait, it's like just like, I'm just gonna say I think he was the one that was trying to sabotage Cupid Corp at like the beginning, because like we saw the suspicious silhouette of like the man with an axe, And it was like only one man with an axe that they've shown. But I guess just like that, he's just gonna stop. I've just missed you so much. And I guess I expressed that by acting even more stubborn. What? You've missed me? Of course I have. You're my daughter. After you ran away, I've been so lonely. How could I not? To us deconsentees who have lived for aeons, you're not much different from a newborn baby. Of course, every child needs to grow up, but I guess that thought just made me even more overprotective. Dad sighed and looked up into the sky. And now, because of that, it seems that my own wife doesn't love me anymore. Oh, Venus, where have you run off to? I'm going to keep looking for your mother. If you happen to see her, can you tell her I've seen the error of my ways? Do you have a phone? I can maybe text you? I don't know. Dad slowly walked away, his shoulders still slumped. He's gone. Chi? I looked at Chi and he looked back, seemingly just as confused as I was. But still, sounds like Dad has reflected on a lot of things thanks to Mom yelling at him. He even said he was acting stubborn because I was doing so well, that my way of doing things wasn't all that bad. Something similar happened when I was at Los York University. When I was a student, there was a bit of a rivalry between an older professor and one of the younger ones. It was a clash of opinion between one who valued a traditional approach to education and one who wanted to adopt new ways. Finally, the older professor recognized the younger one's hard work, and they managed to combine the best of both worlds. So it seems like gods and humans really aren't all that different in the end. But technically, I just achieved my goal thanks to his change of heart. You won, Lynette! I was supposed to get a promotion to prove him wrong, but now that he's a changed man, there's no point to getting promoted. So now that I have no reason to pursue a promotion, I'm left wondering what that means for my career. Oh no. It's like she has nothing to work towards now. To be honest, I don't think I'm ready to go back to Celestia just yet. My job is really rewarding. Way more than just shooting arrows down at people, frankly. I'd rather just keep on being the metaphorical Cupid of Cupid Corp. And on top of that... Oh, thinking of Ryuki. Feel free to come by my place anytime. If you're Kagura, I'll be happy to see you again. I don't really want to leave Ryuki. He's worked so hard, I'm sure he's gonna work even harder from now on, all by himself. He's like the legendary Pegasus, constantly driving himself forward and forgetting to even take a rest. Just running along, ignoring the loneliness, till one day he collapses in pain and never recovers. I feel like he needs someone to tell him it's okay to rest, someone to sit with him and help him relax. I don't want him to be alone, and I don't want to be alone. I don't want to leave. Besides, I should stick around at least until we find my mom, right? I said that quietly to Chi, and he nodded as if he understands exactly how I felt. Eventually, I collected myself, went home, and got ready for work. Let's see, what's on the agenda for today? Okay, so it's like lag. Looking over my notes, I was prepared to work as hard as ever. My job was to interview new members and add them to our patented matchmaking system, and help them lead them to happy marriage. After a few hours, I got up and headed to the break room to get a drink. Whew! I made myself a cup of coffee and breathed a sigh of relief. Just then, I heard the sound of footsteps approaching. Oh, Owen! Did he go on his date with Melanie? Hello? Or is that still like in the future? Oh, hey Owen! Want some coffee? Oh yes, thank you. I grabbed another packet and hit the button to start brewing. Owen stood there silently, looking especially tired. So, what's up with you? Huh? What do you mean? Well, you just look really tired. I thought maybe work has been kicking your butt lately. Oh no, work is the same as ever. I'm just having a bit of trouble in my personal life. Uh-oh, did the date not go well? Owen looked around to make sure nobody was watching and then spoke in a hushed voice. Do you happen to know where I can get a nice outfit for myself? Oh, that's what he's worried about. A nice outfit? Well, what's the occasion? Actually, I'm going on a date for the first time in quite a while. Oh, that's right. His date with Melanie is this Thursday. Oh, maybe we could help him pick an outfit and coordinate with Melanie? 'Cause we know what she's wearing, right? I got laughed out of a matchmaking party once, and I've avoided dating pretty much completely ever since. Even though he was whispering, he still blushed with embarrassment. Maybe looking at Melanie's profile got him interested again. Didn't expect him to be like a shy type. I guess he's a little sensitive. I guess a lot of people are sensitive if they get laughed at. Or maybe he's been interested ever since showing her around the building. Yeah, that could definitely be it. I didn't need the godly power of Cupid to tell that these two are a good match for each other. I know you ran a fashion seminar the other day, so I was hoping you might have some good brand suggestions. Well, have you heard of this men's clothing label called Ryuki? Melanie already had an Ryuki outfit, so I thought that if you wore something from there, it would be a nice conversation starter. And besides, Ryuki's clothes are the height of cool that bring out the best in whoever wears them. The perfect for a first date. Ryuki? Yep, there's a boutique on 7th Avenue. I'll send you the directions later so you can drop in on your way home from work. Ah, thank you. That would be a huge help. Anyway, I have a meeting in a few minutes, so I better get going. Thanks again. Owen took his coffee and rushed off. He was clearly just as busy as ever. Owen and Melanie. They're both thoughtful and a little bit reserved. They seem like the perfect couple to me. So I need to do whatever I can to make sure they have a fantastic first date. I imagined them happily walking side by side as I headed back to my desk to send Owen the map. Before I knew it, it was dinner time. I decided to take a quick break. After a moment, my phone started to ring. I looked down and saw it was Ryuki calling me. Oh, already? Hello? Yeah, so that Owen guy just came into the store. He's the one going on that date with Melanie, right? Ah, Owen already stopped by. As Ryuki talked, I was secretly impressed that he had managed to remember not only Owen's name, but that he had a date. I know, last time he forgot, he's like, Owen who? Like, dude, he lived with him. Okay, then I'll see what I can do to help him. Thanks. With that, he hung up. I smiled to myself, unable to contain my happiness. Ryuki had remembered Owen's name, and even went out of his way to make it clear that he knew he was going on a date with Melanie. Is he like trying to impress Lynette? Is like, hey, your friend came by, I'm gonna help him, so notice me. Notice me, senpai. And I was proud of myself too. In the past, I would have recommended the first popular brand that came to mind. But instead of just thinking about looks, I also took the wearer and the situation into consideration. I was kind of happy that I thought about it all that. Eventually, the day of Owen and Melanie's date arrived. It was my day off, and I was just lounging around the house. It's their room. This is like a very nice, cozy room. I'm bored. I wish Clarice and I had the same days off, but her weekend was every Sunday and Monday, so she was at the office today. There was that movie that Clarice and I wanted to go see too. Thinking about it, I looked at the movie showtimes on my phone and gasped. Ah, today's the last day it's in theaters. For the first time forever, I decided to go see a movie by myself. I got up and headed out of the house. And I've never done that. Never gone to the movie theater by myself. Be hard. I mean, I guess if you're like into that. I used to like walk around the mall by myself. Like back when I was like after high school. Because it was like fun. I wanted to walk around somewhere. Alright, what movie are you gonna watch? Go get some popcorn, some drinks, some super expensive movie popcorn. As I walked into the lobby of the movie theater, I noticed a familiar face. Huh? Ryuki? Wait, why is he here? What a coinky-dink! Didn't think you were the movie-going type. He made a face of obvious surprise and quickly forced himself to act calm. What? What? Today's my day off, so I decided to come see a movie. Oh, are you here to see the same one? No, I just wanted to. Quick, hide. What? Ryuki suddenly shoved me behind some nearby store shelves. I peeked over the top to see what was going on, and in the distance I spotted Owen and Melanie. Wait, are we... Is Ryuki stalking them? So, why don't we watch this one? Okay. What? It's Owen and Melanie. I exclaimed to Ryuki in a furious whisper. He just nodded as if he already knew exactly what was going on. He is stalking them. Why? Are you just like observing their clothes? Because they bought your outfits? A little bit excessive, dude. You told me they were going to see a movie, so... So what? You decided to come and watch them out of curiosity? Ryuki turned away embarrassed. I just wanted to see how the clothes looked in a natural setting, and she was wearing my women's line, so this is my first chance to see a couple wearing them both together. I see. What are you giggling at? Oh, nothing. I was just thinking that you must really love clothes. Of course. Come on, let's follow them. I can use your help. What? Oh no. Is this where the double date comes from? We're just stalking them on their date. It's not a double date. Ryuki guided me to the ticket counter. We bought our tickets and went to sat down right behind them. I hope they don't turn around. Surprisingly, they had decided to watch the same movie I'd been planning to. Well, that's good. Lynette still gets to see the movie she wanted. The last day in theaters, after all. They just sat there next to each other in a complete silence. The atmosphere was awkward, to say the least. Sitting behind them, Ryuki and I did our best to be as small and silent as possible to keep them from noticing us. Don't you think we should have sat a little further away? But then we wouldn't be able to hear what they're saying. Wait, why do you care? I guess that's true, but... So, Owen, you really look nice in that suit. Just then Melanie nervously spoke to Owen. Seemed like she's been trying to summon up the courage to say that. Next to me, Ryuki reacted specifically to the word suit. You think so? I'm glad. Your dress is also nice. Really? Yes, actually, it's very nice. In fact, it looks perfect on you. That's so nice of you to say. I really love this dress. It makes me feel more confident. I feel the same way about my suit. Actually, I just bought it from a store called Ryuki. What? Wow! This is from Ryuki too! What? Wait, really? What a strange coincidence. I guess we must have the same taste in clothes. Or maybe the same person recommended us the same store. Yeah, it sounds like it. Melanie's smile was modest, but obviously happy. Even as her advisor, I'd almost never seen her smile like that. This is all thanks to your clothes. Maybe. Keeping ourselves hidden, we exchanged quiet smiles. Just then, the last trailer ended and the main feature started to roll. We sat back to enjoy the movie, but as it went on, Ryuki seemed more and more interested in the couple in front of us. Not even watching the movie. Wow, that was really good! Yeah. Ryuki was so preoccupied with the couple. They were busy. They were buying some pamphlets at the nearby kiosk. Ryuki and I hid in the shadows watching them. Not suspicious at all. Melanie looks so happy and Owen looks much more relaxed than usual. I knew they'd be a good match. I gave a silent prayer that they'd continue to move things forward. Just then they turned and headed for the theater exit. Ryuki glanced at them, then back at me, then back at them again. We're going to follow them. Roger that! Oh no, you got sucked into this. Apparently Ryuki had not finished his very detailed clothing observations. I felt bad about spying on them, but the Cupid in me couldn't deny my interest. I giggled to myself as Ryuki and I went after them. And so the chase continued. The movie seemed to have eased the tension of their first date, and things were moving along quite peacefully. They got ice cream from Honey York, which is really popular among Lost York women. Then they looked at antique lamps together. Next up was a local bookstore, where they seemed to have a particularly good time, likely due to their shared interest in books. They each picked out several books to recommend to each other and discussed which ones they each would buy. Browsing through a travel magazine, Melanie talked about all the places she'd been and all the places she'd like to go. Ryuki and I managed to keep ourselves hidden as we continued to observe them. I have to say, I do like the way their outfits work with each other. The colors match well, and their silhouettes are nice. But I think Owen's suit might be a little bit too flashy, although that's the most subdued color we offer. But the balance when combined with that dress. Next time I'll have to think about how clothes pair up from the beginning. He seems like he's really enjoying himself. Too much time on your hands, dude. Or maybe just too busy. Why do you have to follow people who buy your clothes? Of course, Ryuki was always at his happiest when he was talking about clothes. Just then, the couple emerged from the store, newly bought books in hand. I moved back into the shadows to avoid being spotted. What should we do next? Would you like to go to a cafe? That would be nice. I think there was one this way. Oh, let me carry your things. Huh? Thank you. No thanks necessary. A lady should never be forced to carry too much weight. Dang, Owen! You really know how to take care of a girl. While I was standing there feeling impressed, a hand reached out next to me. Ryuki, I'll hold your bag. Huh? Oh, I'm fine. It's really not that heavy. Just hand it over. Ryuki, did you think this is a date? Are you getting influenced a bit? Ryuki took the bag of movie pamphlets he'd bought for me. It was almost like he was competing with Owen. Well, thank you, sir. After all, it's what we were taught in that seminar, right? Seminar? Is he talking about the one Miss Tyner led? You mentioned the seminar the other day too, and Owen was putting those same lessons into practice, so I guess it wasn't a total waste. Yeah, right, he was there too. The same class. Owen and Melanie started walking away and we continued our pursuit. The man should walk next to the road. The man should always open the door. Owen was following her advice to the letter. Ryuki kept a close eye on Owen and copied everything he did. He took my bags, opened every door for me, and made sure to walk between me and the road. Here. As he went up a flight of stairs, he even held out his hand to me, and as he hit me with an unusual mature smile. Thank you. It started to get hard to tell whether we were following the new couple or whether we were on a date of our own. Gradually, instead of looking for Owen and Melanie, our eyes began to search for each other. But the day had begun with us pursuing those other two, so I couldn't stop to think about it now. It felt like if I asked to stop following them, that would bring an end to our time together for today. Come on, let's go. Okay. He offered his hand earlier and we were still walking hand in hand. I wasn't sure when or if I should let go. Before I realized it, the sun had gone down and the night had descended. Jeez, spent her whole day just following Owen and Melanie. We followed the couple at a safe distance as they strolled through Lowe's York Park. Just then, Owen glanced behind him and seemed to look right at us. We panicked and dived into the nearby bushes. Not many places to hide in a wide open park. We can't just blend in with the crowd. What's the matter? Oh, nothing. I was just thinking about how empty Lowe's York Park gets at night. Owen rubbed his head, slightly embarrassed. Crouching there, watching them, I looked over at Ryuki. Listen, Ryuki, I think maybe we should get going. I tugged at his sleeve and he gave me a small nod. He's right. He's right that there's no one else here. It's so quiet. We definitely don't want them to notice us. I mean, I wouldn't want to ruin their date. I got a good sense of how the dress looks at night, so we can head back now. Okay. I honestly wasn't ready to leave yet, but I decided it would be best to call it a night. We both started to stand up when, all of a sudden, Ryuki froze. I peeked through the bushes to see what he was looking at, and then let out a quiet gasp. Because the two of them were kissing. Oh no, we're just watching them. I guess the date went well. Oh, it's showing them. Aww. Can't really see their faces, but... Oh no, it's the tension. The tension's in the air. Ryuki's thinking it. What? Whoa. We covered our mouths to make sure we didn't make too much noise. What were we supposed to do? I couldn't afford to make a sound or even move a muscle. I had to stay perfectly still so I didn't ruin the moment. As we stood there, our shoulders suddenly touched, and we looked at one another as if each of us had bumped the other. Oh no, now they're gonna be acutely aware of each other. For some reason, I couldn't explain, I suddenly felt embarrassed. It's really cute though. They're gonna kiss too. Oh, that'd be kind of weird. I don't know. Like, looking at someone kiss in public, I'm usually just like, get a room! What the? As Ryuki stared at me, his face slowly started to turn red. His mouth opened and then closed, and then opened and closed again, as if he was struggling to say something. He seemed to be mouthing something like, "I did it," but no sound came out, so he just stood there frozen. Ryuki and I stood there together, watching the new couple make out. I'm not sure why, but it was very, very awkward. My heart was pounding so loud that I was sure they would hear it. Seeing two people kiss like that, I suddenly felt like... Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no, nothing happened. Rip! Finally, Ryuki turned his head away from me. I nervously turned my head back as well. We both held our breath and became as still as statues. We stood like that until Owen and Melanie finally made their way out of the park. Eventually, they disappeared from view and we can breathe again at last. Okay, we can finally get out of here. Okay. But when I tried to stand up, my legs felt like they turned to rubber. Ah! Uh-oh. I stumbled and started to fall, but Ryuki reached out and steadied me. Hey, are you okay? Sorry, I guess my feet went numb. I looked back up, straight into Ryuki's face. Both of our eyes went wide. Oh no. Replicating the situation. And then the music starts up again. We were so close. His face, his lips were directly in front of me. The kiss we both just witnessed flashed through my mind again. Ryuki's hand supporting me felt suddenly hot. I started to get lightheaded. I couldn't move. All day we'd been following Owen and Melanie on our date, and we basically had an imitation date of our own. Are we gonna end it with a kiss? His lips parted slightly. His hands, the hands of a man, moved further up my arms. With him so close, my head felt like it was on fire. I forgot to breathe. I was so nervous I had no idea what to do, so I just squeezed my eyes shut. And then out of nowhere, I felt something pinch my thigh. Wait, what? Ow! What the? My eyes shot open. I saw Ryuki trying to hide his embarrassment. He released his steadying grip on me and reverted to his old, calm, slightly condescending gaze. Oh no! When your feet go numb, you can pinch the other places to wake them up. That's not... Really? When I was young, I would sit on the floor and listen to my grandmother's lectures. If my feet went numb, I'd pinch my thighs. Oh, I see. I pinched my thigh again, and just like he said, I could feel the numbness from before fade a bit. Better? Yeah, I think so. Good, then we should go. Without warning, Ryuki started walking ahead of me. As I followed him, I took a quick glance behind me where Owen and Melanie had been standing. There was obviously nothing there, but their kiss burned so brightly in my memory that I could feel my ears getting hot again. Well, that was awkward and intense. Oh no, this is Ryuki's perspective. What did he think of it? Looked like he was getting in the mood, but then he like reverted. After leaving her at the subway station, I walked back to my house alone. What's going on? Back at the subway, my cheeks were so hot that I couldn't even look at her as she left. I couldn't form a proper sentence, which I'm sure made me look even more suspicious. I wanted to tell her that I wasn't embarrassed, but I couldn't even get that out. All because I saw those two kiss. Thinking about it, I could feel my face getting hot again. That was the first time I'd ever seen someone kiss in real life. I had no idea how to react. I tried acting normal, but I couldn't. I felt ashamed and confused. So I just looked at her, but then her face turned red too, which just made me feel even more awkward. But if she was blushing, does that mean it was the first time for her too? I wondered if maybe she'd never actually kissed anyone herself. I was surprised to find that I was relieved at the thought. Huh? Why does that make me feel relieved? I don't care if she's kissed before. But no, I realized that I didn't like the thought of her kissing someone else at all. Huh? My heart was pounding, my pulse was quickening, my face was hot and I was breathing faster. Her smile, her delicate hands in mine, even the face she made eating that cake. It all came flooding back at once. What's happening to me? I don't like this. It was like the two of us had actually been on a date all day today. But that's impossible. It's DA536E. But I can't deny that I had fun. Which must be why I nearly kissed her. Part of me wants to say that I was just thinking about imitating Owen. But either way, I was completely ready to kiss her. I've never wanted to do that before. What the heck is going on? I had no clue. Embarrassed and confused, I just started running. I had to calm down. If I could just get home, see Kagura, read the 10 Kesain commandments again, then everything would go back to normal. This strange feeling was just temporary. I was just having a moment of confusion. Yes, yes, women are temporary. Skincare is forever. Sure that this was the case. I kept running down the moonlit street. Well, next chapter. Overheating. Alright, I think I'll stop here. I want to keep going. That was a pretty intense moment. Yeah, the relationship is definitely changing. But yeah, that was a pretty long episode. The Divine Double Date. Alrighty. Let us save. And we'll continue this in the next episode. Hope you guys are having a fun time with this. Getting some romantic feels. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.